Hey friends, it's Michelle with Garden Jargon and welcome to Throwback Thursday. Today is April 7th, 2022, and I am going to stick a Throwback Thursday video in here of a cooking show that I did in my kitchen at my old place. I made some stuffed artichokes and I made a quick little recipe, and I made that video back in, I believe, 2020. So it is 2 years old, but it is still a great recipe. I make this recipe for stuffed artichokes about 3 times a year. And usually I do it in a really big batch because I eat them throughout the entire week. So I appreciate you guys coming back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, if you have not subscribed yet, I hope you do consider doing so in the future so that you can see some of the videos that I post. I do gardening videos, I do cooking videos, I do how-to in the garden videos. So I hope that you find my videos interesting and that you'll come back and see me again in the future. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video of how to make stuffed artichokes. I appreciate your viewing. Take care and God bless. Hello there. It is Saturday, April 25th. And I'm going to make stuffed artichokes today. I'm giving myself a break from being in the growing room in the back. So my fingers hurt from planting seed and transplanting seeds and transporting seeds into grow cups. So I'm going to make some stuffed artichokes. First time I ever had a stuffed artichoke was when I was in high school. My girlfriend Jen's grandmother used to make her stuffed artichokes for all of their holiday parties and stuff. And then when she went down to school and I would go down to visit them at school, her grandmother would give me the stuffed artichokes to take to her down at Illinois State University. And they barely made it in one piece because they were so delicious. So I've kind of started making them from the first time I ever ate them because they were fantastic. So I'm going to show you how I make stuffed artichokes. And this is kind of a recipe that if you just know how to cook the artichoke the right way, you can kind of do what you want to stuff them. I use breadcrumbs, Mrs. Dash seasoning, a little adobo seasoning, parsley, and Parmesan. That's how I season my breadcrumbs to stuff into the artichokes. Artichokes are a flower that you eat. These leaves, I can pull this one off. These leaves are what you actually will eat. The white at the bottom of this leaf down here, this is the part that gets nice and soft when it is steamed and baked. And the breadcrumbs will be sitting on top of here. And what I do and how I eat it when they're finished, I'll show you this now while it's not hot. I pull the artichoke leaf off of the flower. I hold it in my hand with the breadcrumb on it and I put it in my mouth like that. And you bite down your teeth and you scrape the meat off of this leaf. You don't eat the whole leaf. Some people I've seen throw it in their mouth and try to chew it. Don't do that. It's a big mistake. So you just have the breadcrumbs on top of the leaf, and then you throw it in your mouth and scrape that meat off of the leaf. And that's going to be really hard to show you once they're done and hot. So I wanted to show you that. But first, you just buy some artichokes. I don't know the art of buying an artichoke. I actually just buy an artichoke. I'm going to cut the bottom off with a knife. That's what it'll look like. I got 2 today because they had them at the store on sale. So I bought 2 of them. Cut the bottom off. It'll be nice and flat in the pot. Some of these leaves. Scoot it over. And then also I'm going to cut the top off because these have little spikies. These right here, these are kind of sharp. So I'm going to cut the top off. Like that. And then I'm going to take scissors and trim off these other ones here. Do that really fast. There's not too many of them, but they are kind of spiky. And you don't want, they're flying all over the place. You don't want them to be, this one, get a sticker on it. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna pull this apart. Get in there and kind of pull those leaves apart. Use your thumbs as much as you can to open that up a bit, because that's where you're gonna stuff the breadcrumbs in there. I'm gonna stuff the breadcrumbs in there all the way into the bottom, into the middle. Pull it open. I'm gonna cut the other one. This is kind of a smaller one, so might not need to do so much trimming. I wish I could grow artichokes. Never thought of how to, or even how to start growing them, but it would be cool to have these in your garden. And this one again, you just want to pull it apart. They're pretty sturdy, but you want to get it as big as, ooh. Get it as big as you can, because you want to stuff that goodness of the breadcrumbs inside there. There, like that. This one is a little tougher, so I'm going to work on this one for a second, and then I'm going to mix up the breadcrumb mixture. So give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So I rinsed them really well, and I sat them on a paper towel to let them drain a little bit. And now I'm going to mix the breadcrumbs. I do about, I don't know, about a cup of breadcrumbs per artichoke. Then I do about a half cup of Parmesan cheese per artichoke. Maybe a little more. And you can use Parmesan cheese, Romano cheese, Parmesan Romano cheese, whatever cheese you want. Doesn't matter. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of seasonings. Parsley, about 2 tablespoons of parsley. You can use Italian seasoning in here. It makes no difference. Whatever you have the flavor for. Adobo, it is on the salty side, so I'll do about a half a tablespoon of adobo. And then Mrs. Dash, it just has a lot of good flavor. Garlic, and it's got some peppery flavors in there. I'll do about a half tablespoon of that also. That's pretty strong. And then just mixed up. And then you want to put some oil in there, because you want it to be like a crumbly mixture. I use some olive oil and mix that around so it looks like crumbly batter almost. Like if you're mixing it up, let's see if you can see, and you squeeze it with your hands, it stays a little bit crumbled. That's like the consistency that you want it to be, because then it'll adhere to the inside of those artichoke hearts a little bit better, so that, or the artichoke flowers, so that you can have them be sticky. The breadcrumb will be sticky on the leaf so that you can eat it and you have all the good flavors on the leaf. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab a plate. All right, I have a plate. So now what I'm going to do is put my artichoke, and I'm going to start stuffing it from the inside middle part out. And what I do is I take the breadcrumb mixture, put it in my finger, and then I spin the artichoke around, and as I'm spinning it around and dropping breadcrumbs in each individual leaf, I'm pushing the leaves out to make them spread out even further, because I want to get goodness between every single one of these leaves. In the meantime, while I'm doing this part, I have the pot on the stove back there with a steamer basket in the bottom of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that water up to a boil so that I can steam these for about 30 or 40 minutes, because I want to get the meat of the artichoke leaves to be nice and tender and soft. So, as you can see, I'm stuffing it from the inside out, and I'm going to push these leaves out, and it's going to almost double in size with the stuffing that I'm putting in there. And I'm just spinning this around. I hope you can see it on the video. I'm not a professional, I don't claim to be, but I do like to share. And if you were sitting in my kitchen right now having a glass of wine, I would show you as well. I have some girlfriends that like to come over and eat some yummy food that I make. They don't necessarily like to cook it, but they will definitely eat it. I do love cooking, probably neck and neck as a tie in things that I love doing, cooking and gardening. I love to do them both. So I'm going to go ahead and get these stuffed, and then I will come back for the next step. All right, I'm back again. I have stuffed my artichokes, pretty full. Show you. They're pretty full with breadcrumbs, but I do have extra breadcrumbs. So I put it on a plate so I'm able to dump the crumbs back into the bowl. Let's see, I have a little bit left. So what I'll do is I'll stick this artichoke in the middle and pack it in there. So I'll sprinkle the crumbs on the top and just kind of shove it down in there. Another thing that I totally forgot, which is like almost a secret ingredient, is the zest of a lemon. Put the zest of the lemon on top of there also. It gives it that fresh flavor before you steam them up. So I just zested some lemon right over the top of this and packed that in with some breadcrumbs. In the meantime, I turned the fire on that pot in the back so I can steam up or get that water nice and hot so I can steam these. So this one is ready. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this big papa. Zest some lemon over the top. You don't want to get the pith very much, just the skin, the dark yellow part, not the white part. It smells yummy. There you go. How did I almost forget that? And then shove all that breadcrumbs in that artichoke. Nice and pack it down. Smells good. I don't know why I end up making these like I do. I'll make 2 or 3 of these in one day and they're gone by the next day. Just because I love to eat them. And it's something that you can just sit and snack on. Leave it out on the counter, eat it throughout the day. They're pretty fantastic. Now, I will bring you over to show you the tub of water. So I have this going. It's boiling up in there, and I got that steamer basket in there. So I'm going to set the artichokes right on top of that steamer basket. You don't want the artichokes to actually sit in the water. So I'll put them both in here. Woo! That ain't going to work. I'm going to have to use 2 hands for that. So give me a second. That was going to be a horrible mess had I done it that way. So now I have my 2 artichokes. Set them in there so they can teeter-totter together. Just like that. Then I'm going to set the timer for about 30 minutes and then come back and take a look. But you want to keep an eye on your pan of water just so that it doesn't run out of water. I've done that before where I stepped away for a while and the steamy water all evaporated out and it ran out of water. So you just got to make sure you have enough water in there. So I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes and come back and check on them in a minute. I'm back. As I stated before, I am not a professional and I do not claim to be a camera savvy person when it comes to recording, and I like to keep my videos under 20 minutes. And I don't know how to keep recording and pause it and go do my life for 30 minutes and come back and have it be on the same recording theme or thread. So I'm going to just tell you how to finish off these artichokes. So they're steaming in the pot right now for like I said, 30 minutes. And then I'm going to put them into an oven ready pan and bake them for about 15-20 minutes till they get a little crispy on the top, a little kind of brown on the top in the 350-degree oven to kind of pull out some of that moisture that the steam bath is actually giving them right now. I want the tops of the breadcrumbs to be a little bit toasted. And then after they get nice, and that's just something too, I would say probably 10 or 15 minutes in the oven at 350, just to give it some color on the top. That's something that you're just going to have to eyeball when you're doing that in the oven. Just keep your eye on it. Set like a timer every 5 minutes just to kind of look through the glass and pay attention to what's going on in the oven. And once it gets to the right color, the color of your desire, these are your artichokes. Cook them how you want them. I like them a little brown, and then you pull them out, let them cool a little bit. And like I said before, when you pull the leaf off, this is what a leaf looks like. This is a petal. It's going to be in that big, huge artichoke. You want to wiggle it so it just attaches from the bottom of the artichoke. And I'm teaching you this because it's very simple for somebody that's eaten an artichoke before, but it is like science to somebody that's never touched an artichoke before. And then you hold the leaf, and it will have a bunch of goodness on here from all the breadcrumbs. And then you take it like this, and you throw it in your mouth, and you pull it out, and then you'll get all this soft meat that's on the artichoke. You'll get all the flavor of that artichoke in the mouthful of all the breadcrumbs. But that's how you do it. You can eat them warm, or you can eat them after they've been in the refrigerator for a couple days. I like them cold, I like them warm, I like them any way they come, because the breadcrumbs and to make sure that you create is going to be fantastic. I can already smell them. They've only been in there for 5 minutes. I can already smell that lemon zest steaming in that pot. They're going to be fantastic, but I just wanted to share that with you because I don't know how to come back to the recording to edit and splice and do all that fancy stuff. I just use my phone and I make recordings and I upload them on YouTube and then I share them with you. So hopefully this video will help you to learn how to make some stuffed artichokes, because I love them, and I hope that me sharing this with you has encouraged you to get in your kitchens and try something new. You can hit the like button below, you can subscribe, and follow the madness that I have going on in my life, because I like to share it with you during this time of quarantine. So I appreciate you. I wish you the best. Stay healthy, stay safe. God bless you, and I will see you next time. That's it, guys. Stuffed artichokes. I hope you guys wrote down the recipe and followed along in the video, and I hope that you guys make your own stuffed artichokes in your kitchen, and I hope they're as tasty as the ones that I made. I think the key and the secret to the stuffed artichokes is the lemon zest. I've made them without it, and I could not figure out what was missing, and that was the key, lemon zest. So I hope you guys take care. I hope you subscribe to my channel and share this with the people you know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. God bless.